When Eazy-E did it, bro, that's what opened the door.
I wasn't outside in the streets or nothing like that crazy, so
in my y'all be hearing Meg and don't even know that's Eazy-E.
Slapping the hoes.
Hey, don't get me started, bro.
Hitting to the park to get the scoop. Old heads out here, cold shooting some hoops. Partner pulls up, who can it be? A fresh El Camino roller kilo G. All right, we ain't got. You can say and try to reach as many of them as you want. And you might not even know the one that you do reach or the
trap I shoot, I trap I shoot over and over again. And it's like, just put some more consciousness in there. The wildest stuff back in the late 80s, early 90s, 2000s, DMX was talking, man, we ain't even get into some of the stuff DMX was talking about.
I got blood on my dick because I fucked the court. Relax, DMX.
Nigga, right to there, and this the first thing you hear. I got blood on my dick because I fucked the cook. Like, whoa. Hey. Then he say, because I'm a nasty nigga. When you pass me, nigga, look me in my eye. I don't think I want to.
I don't want no problems.
Yeah. Hey, Cube, you got to catch this right hook, bro.
I got to take the 63rd Street bus to school. I'm right on 62nd and Vernon. I don't want no problems.
No, I fuck with Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? I'm just...
But I wasn't
trying to make fun of Ice Cube.
Different now. It's different. It's a different level now.
It's a different mentality.
I always say that when people ask me, you from Chicago? Yes, I'm from Chicago. Graduated from Inglewood, 63rd Street. Yes. Not this new one, though. I don't know nobody over there. I don't know nothing happening. I'm never claiming to be from quote-unquote Chirac because that's a different age and a different level and a different genre of being over there. And I don't know nothing about that. I'm like right before that. So, and I'm not even that. Like I just live there. And you know, I wasn't outside in the streets or nothing like that crazy. So I always differentiate that because it is a difference. And whether it's a level up, a level down, whatever it is, it's a difference. And the youth, back to the youth, is just doing things a little bit differently now. And while we was talking earlier, I wanted to make this point. I'm glad I remembered it. You can say and try to reach as many of them as you want. And you might not even know the one that you do reach or the one that do get it and connect is just not, it's probably not going to be in the magnitude that we want to where we can see a significant change. But that doesn't mean that we're not reaching, or the people that's actually preaching some positivity and some change. It doesn't mean that they're not reaching some of these, some of the youth out here
that's what
actually
I want,
living.
Craig. I want more of it. I listen to trap music. I'm not saying I don't like I like some of all that stuff. I'm not gonna be that hypocrite that be like I don't listen to it. I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking I might just tune off of that vibration. But I'm not gonna say I don't listen to it.
Artist. Shout out to Jay Fizzle.
But what I'm saying is like I want to get to a point to where it's a little more consciousness in it. Like we had Ice Cube. We thought Ice Cube was the most gangster rapper of all time. But if you listen to the music, it was still some consciousness there.
Who had that joke about having dreams about Ice Cube coming to, like he had nightmares about Ice Cube coming to rob and kill his family? It was a comedian, I forget the name, but he had a popular funny joke about, I had dreams about Ice Cube coming to rob and kill my family. That's how scary they was back then. Like, yeah.
It's a lot of rappers who may not have been gangster, may have been gangster, but like, they got to grow, man. I just want to see these young dudes growing out. And it's to the point now where they really dangerous as they rap. Like, it ain't no... Back in the day, we had rappers
I have nightmares about them.
we had rappers that would make songs, you know what I'm saying, about the environment, but they wasn't gangsters at all. The gangsters liked it. They was like, yeah, man, y'all, that's good, man. They pay them a little money and stuff, come do our parties. That's what hip-hop started out as. That's from the jump.
To keep them away from
that. Like y'all just rap, y'all giving us some music to party to, and that's what all that Run DMC. That's what all that stuff was.
It only took one dude to be like, "Hey, y'all making that much money off of that? You know how it was? Yeah, so go ahead and kick back."
Shout out to Eazy-E.
And now
when Eazy-E did it, bro, that's what opened the door. That's when people start saying, "There's no secrets. It's well known. Eazy-E was actually a street dude who couldn't rap." He had people writing his raps.
Oh, yeah.
He would make the songs.
MC Ren.
Shout out to everybody NWA who helped put that together.
Again, who wrote most of the stuff.
And he got in, And was
Easy was the face though. I still listen to We Want Easy. That Easy Does It album.
Man, people don't know. Eazy-E still got classic stuff that get remade all the time now because it was just that good. Whether he wrote it or not, it was his voice. It was just that good. And once you seen Easy do it,
shout out to Monty Quinn. She still love Easy.
Easy that man. Easy one of them dudes. And lyrically might be terrible to y'all, but Easy was that dude, bro. Real complicity. Like, man, stop playing with Easy, bro.
Stop. You talking about that? I'm talking about earlier with nobody move, nobody get hurt.
In my y'all be hearing Meg and don't even know that's Easy-E.
Slapping the hoes.
Man, don't get me started, bro.
Hitting to the park to get the scoop. Old heads out here, cold shooting some hoops. Partner pulls up, who can it be? A fresh El Camino roller kilo G. All right, we can't, they ain't gonna copyright us. We ain't got it. But y'all know, stop. I'm finna put that on the ride home, boy. Easy. That bass in that song, my
Easy
God.
Had everybody feeling like
Shout
that.
Shout out to Dr. Dre, man.
So when the hood dudes saw Easy can do it, they're like, if he can do it, I can do it.
Man.
And that started the floodgates, because Easy was real when Easy had some fire music. Like, Easy was fire.
But Easy though was tripping a little bit. I think in that same song at the end, he like took a tech out at the courthouse and freed his homie and shot everybody and stuff. And this was like the early 80s
what was going on in the 80s
people was like rapping real stuff. And like he got away with that. Like that didn't happen, bruh. He did a lot of stuff in that. If you listen to that song, go back and listen to it. He did a lot of stuff that day. Like he beat up and shot a crackhead that day. He freed his dude out the courthouse with a tech that day. He did a lot of stuff. Miraculous things, and then live to rap about it. That's a cold.
I think that's what
made
Bond such an enjoyable artist, because he was just telling stories, whether they was real or not. That's debatable. But he was telling stories. But if you go back to like our era of hip hop, almost every rapper told a story on every album. Because like one of my favorite story songs was 24 Hours to Live. When Make's joint, where everybody had to talk about what they do with their last 24. Like, we don't get none of them songs no more, bro. It ain't that.
I remember riding the King Drive bus home from school listening to that album.
Man, fire. You know what I'm saying?
Because that song specifically was on repeat, because they had a bunch of people on there, and you trying to get everybody last 24 hours to see what they would do.
Even go to DMX album, he had Damien. He had songs where they stories like,
and you was looking forward to the next one on the next album.
You wanted to hear the next part. You wanted to hear when Jay-Z did Friend or Foe, the first one. Then you wanted to hear the ending to like what stories do we get? We don't even get stories.
Speaking of Jay-Z, the fucking coming of age on Blueprint.
The first one was on.
I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was a part 2.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. But
that's what I'm saying. What happens? We don't even get stories no more in these albums, bro. It's literally just.
No,
I trap, I shoot over and over again. And it's like, just put some more consciousness in there. If you're going to tell the story about you, hopefully you really didn't do it. But if you're going to talk about you doing the shooting or whatever, like you said, they just say the wildest stuff back in the late 80s and early 90s, 2000s. DMX was talking, man, we didn't even get into some of the stuff DMX was talking about. He was talking about corpses and
I got the first line of the song. I got blood on my dick because I fucked the corpse. What? I got blood on my hands and you could at least reverse that.
He started right off on the first. That's the first song on the album.
Blood on my dick because I fucked the corpse. Relax, DMX.
That's how the album started off. Not the second song, not the last song. You put the song on the album because back then we had CDs, so you couldn't just push the number 1 and then go right to that, and that's the first thing you hear. I got blood on my dick because I fucked the cool. Like, whoa. Then he say, because I'm a nasty nigga. When you pass me, nigga, look me in my eye. I don't think I want to.
Tell me to my fucking face that you ready to die. Hey, no bullshit. 9th grade in the lunchroom. Came right into the lunchroom fucking listening to that shit. Blood on my hands because I fucked the corpse. I got blood on my dick.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't that niggas
I don't even think about it.
I'm telling you.
I don't even think about it.
Now you hear... I'm shooting my options. They said the niggas' names. They talking about bro, it's crazy. Like
Hey, I'll be blurred. If I'm
beyond the story of it.
If I'm in the car, I'm probably just rapping the shit. But I usually, if I'm rapping in public, I'll blurt certain stuff out because sometimes you'll hear somebody say stuff. Like, they'll say, like, Big Grape, right? Mm-hmm. I know that it's a certain thing called Grape Street Crips. And if you put that together, I just feel like I'm not allowed to rap Big Grape. So I'm not finna sit here and say that in the rap in public, But when I'm in my car, oh man, shooting so many ops. I'm selling so many bricks in the car.
I think
you don't know how rich I am in the car, boy.
Thug Motivation.
All type of diamonds on me in the car.
Man, with that Jeezy dropped that album, TM101, bro. I swear that was the first time in my. I mean, it was other times I thought about it, but like I was at a point where I could have actually did it. That shit made me want to sell dope.
Man,
like I had a couple thoughts earlier in life where it was just like, man, I should just sell dope. But Thug Motivation 101. He was like, the sky's the limit.
Speaking of influence, like it will, but we older, so we know like that ain't the thing. But when you kind of impressionable when you hearing it, then maybe it does affect you a certain way. I don't want to put that on the artist because even though I know that could be true, because most of these artists, almost all of them, they have a song or they have something in them songs telling you about the other stuff. If you don't choose to listen to the Beware traps and them saying like, yeah, da-da-da-da-da, but this what it was like in prison, bruh. This what it was like when this happened or your partner, blah, blah, like all of that. If you don't choose to take heed to that and listen,
I think you know what the difference is, though?
Hey.
I'm going to tell you what the difference is now versus when we grew up, because we had the drug dealer stories, we had the hoes, we had the knot, we had all that, we had all the same subject matters that they have now. It's the difference, though.
Lyrical with it,
but it's my difference. When we had our artists, we would get the dead presidents, we would get the evils, we would get Jay-Z doing these songs talking about the goods and the bads, the yin and the yang. Nas doing it too, talking to Shorty Doo-Wop. You got these stories where you got the yin and the yang. And when you seen the artists, they look successful when you see the artists, but they still looked at relatable. They might have a little jewelry on, but they still look relatable. Still look like you. Now you got a generation where it's basically kill music, and everybody looks so extravagant. The biggest, most diamond chain.
And they seem
grills,
so far away.
They seem so far away. They don't. So you thinking like, I gotta be influenced by this to get to there. Yeah. Our dreams and aspirations wasn't as far out. Like you would see it like Jay-Z, for example, he was driving a Lexus. That was obtainable. Even if you was a regular.
But back then maybe it wasn't.
Nah, back then it was hard, but it was obtainable. Now, you look at an artist, they pulling up in Bugattis and, you know what I'm saying, Lamborghinis. That's further out than back then having a Lexus.
Yeah, and they don't got one gold rope. They got 5,
the
6
big stupid diamond
platinum
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's Jay-Z used to have one little platinum chain with a little cross on it or whatever, and you be like, or a Rockefeller pendant. That's it. That's all he needed. With a regular white tee.
But like I'm gonna get my gold watch like working again so I can wear mine, and then I'm gonna find me some type of gold chain to wear because simple shit like that, like that's you can feel good with that, you know. But if I'm a rapper though and I'm rapping that way, that is kind of the uniform. Shout out to DDG. I'll be watching him in one of his videos. He said that like even if you don't care about it. Well, he didn't say this verbatim, so I'm not quoting him, but basically, even if you don't care about having it or you don't, when you in that life, you put that on so people can pay attention to you and know that that's what you is until you don't need it no more. Like, you don't see Kendrick, you don't see...
And that goes back to what I was talking about.
You don't even see Drake, really.
Yeah. That's what I was
because they don't need it.
Hold on, but that's what I was talking about. People view certain people higher. Even if that ain't even who you is... When they view you as the person who willing to take all the risk and look at him, he did this, he did that, he got the money, he got the cars. They need to like support it. The person that's up there don't even be giving a fuck. He just trying to get to where he's trying to get to. That's why once they get there, I don't gotta wear the jewelry no more.
No
Jay-Z don't even cut his hair no more. Like I don't got to do none of that shit no more. Jay-Z was a nigga you never would see without his shape up, without his chains on, his watches, his Chris Timberlands.
And I bet he feel good doing that too.
Because now he can be him. Yeah. He got the freedom to just be Sean Carter. He don't have to be Jay-Z all the time. He don't have Kendrick Lamar don't have to be Kendrick the artist. He can just be Kendrick.
Yeah.
Whenever he wants to. He don't got to be K-Dot. J. Cole ride on a bike. I'm successful. I don't have to be this. I don't gotta have a fresh taper no more. And I could just be me. I can let my shit grow out around my bike.
I bet he learned that from Jay-Z. It was one of those things that he didn't have to go through to get because Jay-Z probably gave it to him already, and then he could just live like that.
It's that freedom.
Real quick, I want to let y'all know that when we do make money and we like living, and we balling, all my jewelry gonna be fake. I'm not buying real jewelry. I'm buying fake because I'm gonna be that guy. If you see Drake right now, if Drake had that on a gold chain and that watch right now, you would think that is worth like $1 million at least.
Damn, ain't worth no $1 million.
That's what I'm saying. But you
ain't gonna
Drake got it on. You would think. So why would I waste my money on real $1 million jewelry?
But see, that's the thing. You wouldn't even have to. You can go get them same big like most of them pieces. They be acting like they spent this on their wrist. They lying.
Yeah.
All you got to do is go to the jeweler. Say, hey, make me this piece. The piece he might charge somebody $100,000. He gonna charge you $25 and say, can you post it and say where you got it from? Mm-hmm. When you post that piece that you just gave him $25 for, everybody else that come there, he gonna tax the shit out of them, and you gonna go back and still be getting. That's why he wants to say you got it from there. That's the game. That's the game they play. That's the game the jewelers play. It's the game Jacob play. It's the game all of them play. It's the game the rappers play with them. So
I'm
big
still
business.
Not paying $25,000 for no jewelry.
Yeah, I ain't.
No.
I like
if
jewelry.
I pay $25,000 for some jewelry, it's gonna be for a fake $1 million watch. And then I'll be like, okay, I'll pay $25,000 for this fake $1 million watch. So when I put it on, people think it's my real $1 million. And if I get robbed for it, it's not a real $1 million.
Go back to the point I was gonna make earlier when you were saying something.
Not even insuring that shit.
When you was talking about
might throw this shit out in the crowd at the show.
When you was talking about like people getting to a point to where they making their money. And, like, they got to have a costume.
Yeah.
One of the things is, okay, as people who've done music, you're right. You kind of do. But every artist got to get the costume. What do they got to do to get the costume? What risk they got to take to get the costume? Because that advance money only goes so far. And even if you spend the advance money, what you going to do with the advance money is triple the advance money in order to live the life and get whatever you're trying to get done. It just puts you in a situation to have to take these chances and these risks, and nowadays it's not going into I'm gonna take the chance and get more money. It's going to the chance of like death, violence. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing good. They're not able to take that money and even do legal things with it to get the money. They get it and they doing things where they gotta take this risk that they shouldn't have to take. So it's like it's one thing if you're giving that money to a J. Cole and they not into all that. They gonna make their music, do their shows. And they gonna stay out the way. They not trying to go to the neighborhood. That's why we can see them get to the. That's what I'm saying. I want to see these trap rappers and drill rappers get to grow beyond that. But in order to sell that image, they gotta stay in it. That's why they dying. They have to stay in it. Cause you can't talk about that. You can't be 6ix9ine.
They don't really have to stay in it.
Yes, you do.
Jeezy don't.
Jeezy like triple OG. We don't know.
But he don't have to stay in it.
You know why he don't have to stay in it? Because everybody know if Jeezy want to talk about one of them stories, it's authentic.
He just dropped a new album too, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, you heard it?
I heard a couple songs off of it. But people,
I didn't hear Big Gucci.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't heard it. I heard a couple songs. When I was on my road trip, I heard a couple joints on my playlist.
I heard it was fire though.
The couple songs I heard they were smooth, but they was in the playlist. So they couldn't be the 3 best songs on the album. I don't know, but they was fire. But
I heard it a little bit, but.
Hater. But to that point though, like they know Jeezy lived that life, so it's like people want these artists to be so authentic. So if all you making is I'm shooting up all the ops, people want you to be authentic in order to support it, in order to change your life. So you gotta stay in the midst of it. Your friends gotta stay in the midst of it, and it's just making it such a dangerous thing to do. And I feel like you can still make that feel of music without having to actually be out here drilling your ops. And we got to get to a point where, because one of the rappers, I ain't gonna say no names, he just said like he said in one of his lyrics was, you shouldn't be a drill rapper if you ain't really drilling no ops. I mean, bruh.
Never mind.
No, that's the point.
I ain't drilling.
Back in the day, Ice Cube wasn't killing people and he wasn't shooting police and everything.
Was he saying that though?
And F the police?
He never said that. He didn't say that he'd shoot the police and F the police.
He never said F the police, Greg.
Yeah, but he didn't say he'd shoot.
I'm just saying that's how they took it.
He still could believe fuck the police, but that don't mean that
nobody was saying that back then. But you talking about the police. You ain't talking about people that look like you.
He didn't say shoot him, or he would, so he don't have to live up to that.
Yeah, but nowadays people are saying I will, I have, I like to.
Well,
and I'm going to live up to that if you play with me.
And how do we know that they don't? I choose.
Oh, we know they living up to
it.
We know they living up to it. There's rappers dead all over the place. They living up to it, Craig. They paying rent on it, Craig. These niggas is not playing around, nigga. They not homeless handed, nigga. They got mortgages on that shit. Yearly. What are you talking about?
And that's probably the rappers I listen to. I'm just saying, I believe them, and if that's their life, who do you want them to keep shooting people? Maybe they trying to stop shooting people. Maybe they trying to stop shooting, and then they trying to rap so they don't have to do that no more.
I'm being the mature one in this conversation because I know how Craig feels about these things. But look, I'm not a hypocrite. I definitely listen to probably more street music than anything, right? But I typically listen to the street artists that got a little sense with them, little sense. I got a couple of little guilty pleasures. Uncle Murder never got no message.
Nah, but he's highly entertaining. Shout out to him.
Highly entertaining. He's kind of like a character that actually would really like do something to you. But it's like a character. You know what I'm saying, bro? You don't even get no personality.
Respect Life.
He did do a couple episodes on Respect Life. No,
you watched Respect Life?
Not Respect Life. He was in
But you
Money
watched Respect Life, bro?
Yeah. What?
Oh, shit, I didn't even know that.
Before Mello got on drugs, and now he ain't. You ain't know Mello? That's why you ain't never noticed the last like 4 episodes that came out the last 2 years wasn't as good. Mello ain't behind it no more. He got like a problem. You ain't hear about this?
No.
Oh yeah, that's why I was took like that long ass absence. Mello.
I was just wondering why they took an absence. I thought
Mello messed up, bro. He ain't even like. P. That's not P. His name was I can't think of his name.
Mello, bro.
Yeah, Mello had a reaction to some bad drugs or something. That's the rumor, at least allegedly. And whatever happened to him, he just had a mental breakdown. He be on the streets like he basically like a homeless dude now.
What?
You ain't hear all of this?
No,
bro. You behind. You can go back to some of the older episodes in the comments. People.
What about Maine?
Maine and
That's not his real cousin?
Nah. but man,
I'm like, Maine ain't help him. That's his real cousin.
My man that had the braids. My man who like basically remember Mello put. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh yeah. Tariq.
Maine, Tariq, and the dude that's like not the bully on the block, but he always kind of like.
I know you're talking about big dude from the other projects. Big dude from the other projects.
Giving them the guns and all that.
Yeah.
Them three is kind of like trying to still keep it alive. Yeah, Mello. Yeah, bro. Mello. Yeah, man. Shout out to Mello, man, because I used to watch Money and Violence first. Yes. And Money and Violence was fire.
Yes.
And then they got Hollywood when they got to Title, and I don't know, man, it wasn't the same. And then they just went away.
What it is? The money hey, bro. Look, man. Let's have as many money discussions as we need to. Apparently, when money come, everybody break up. And Math Hoffa,
I just seen that too.
What was not the respect? Money
and Violence.
Money and Violence. Because when that title deal came, it was stuff about whatever it was. It was just United Front. Basically, is a thing that always needs to be promoted. Because what I'm learning. Money and Violence, from what I heard, was that maybe some people probably wanted the deal, didn't want the deal. Maybe it was the money that came from the deal. Some people didn't want to split it, breaking it. Whatever it was a disconnect. It might not have been discussed with everybody, cast included.
I remember exactly what happened with that one. What happened was everybody was doing the episodes on
Money and Violence was a street show on YouTube. If y'all want to look it up, I think they still got the first couple seasons on YouTube. If so, y'all can watch it.
I think only the first one is on there. Maybe half of the first.
Either way, but it was basically a TV series, street series, and before Amazon started letting you put everything up there and people did that, you would go to YouTube and people would put the YouTube series. And it was a huge web series.
Period. Biggest hood web
series. Super dope.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But what you were saying, what happened to them?
Yeah, so the following got so big that they was like, okay, we got deals coming in, because actually Netflix was in contact with them. I think early Hulu was, but they ended up going with Tidal. This one, Tidal was first starting trying to get their foot in the door.
I think they was all from Brooklyn, Jay-Z. That was the connection.
Brooklyn, yep. So now all of this is alleged, because if you listen to the cast, all the cast members say one thing and then the people say another thing. So I'm gonna just say allegedly, because if you listen to both sides, this would seem like happened. Everybody was doing the show for free. Everybody just on the you know, if the money get here, we break it down then, whatever. They doing it, it's blowing up. Some of them making money, doing appearances, whatever, but they ain't getting no money from the show. The deal comes. The deal was reportedly for some M's. You know what I'm saying? Millions of dollars. So people who doing the show feel like, cool, where my check at? Like, I should get X amount of money. And they was doing some stuff like, nah, we'll pay y'all this amount for the next season, which they felt like, hold up. Y'all already got this amount of money. Y'all can give me more than that. I still got to, like, work for this. So then what they did was basically say, well, if you ain't going to take that, we ain't going to need you on the show. And then other people who had been on the first season, they just straight up told them, like, you ain't a good enough actor. You can't be on the show, and we not giving you no money. So people was basically, of course, like.
Allegedly, if that's what would have happened, that's bogus as fuck, because we did help build this, and I understand that you the ones that got the deal and y'all name on there, but that's under the. And I know how business work. You don't owe me nothing legally. It's cool. But I'm talking some morally, you my nigga type shit. And we all help build this together, the understanding being that. And I'm not sitting here saying that, say the deal was for $3 million. I'm not saying that I deserve $500,000 or a piece of that $3 million. I understand that taxes come in, so we had 1.5 already. Mm-hmm. You might need to promote that, use that to do the net, all and of that.
That's what they
you wrote it, came up with it. You brought me into it, so you might be entitled to a bigger piece. Cool, but to give me nothing. I'm talking about if I'm on a bigger part of the show and I'm a bigger person, maybe 100 to 75,000, 50,000, something from this piece of money that you're getting. I should get for the work that I put in. If I'm a smaller character, I'll take 5,000 to 10,000, but something
he was trying to offer
for me,
some of them bigger characters like 5,000 for the next season.
Yeah, see, nah, because bro. And then also, you look, this is me, and I know that this ain't right. This ain't the legal way. This ain't the right way. This is a way that might not be to my benefit as a person in business. You might change when you get some millions and get a deal. I hear all of that. Cool. I might not supposed to tell you what the deal was for. My people that helped me get to this $3 million, I'm gonna come in and sit down with everybody. Look, I got $3 million for this deal. This is what I'm using. Off top, 1.5 taxes. Let's just call it that. It may be $2 million, but whatever. I don't know that yet, so I'm gonna say 1.5 taxes. And I might put that in there too, because when it comes to this money, you gotta be, and you want to keep that relationship, you gotta keep the shit up front. This is what I'm doing with this. This is what y'all getting. You played this role. This is what you getting. You put this side. This is what you. And if y'all got individual disputes, talk to me individually. Let's not do this. If y'all cool, then y'all cool. But it's just a way to handle that and do that to where it's not this much of a blow up. I'm not even saying that everybody's gonna agree and everybody gonna be fine. But it's just a way to handle that to where you don't have this to where you got some people saying they ain't paying something, and then the people with the money saying.
That's exactly what their problem was, because people felt like that conversation didn't happen. Like, as long as we had a conversation and we know where the business at and we know how the money get broke down, people can understand. But if they see you just got, I think the number, if I ain't mistaken, it was 5 M's, I think. I can't remember. It was a couple M's, at least a couple. We go to your number 3. So let's say y'all got 3. If you sit down, because the people that was doing this series, they hood people. People ain't the most educated. They all working 9 to 5.
All looking for a come up. All looking for a come up.
We all taking time out of our day to come over here and do this web series, whatever, etc. You sit them down, you understand. All right, look, we got $3 million, 1.5 go to taxes. I got to allocate $750 for our budget for new cameras, for editors, whatever. I got this amount over here for acting classes. You know what I'm saying? I got 150 for everybody to take acting classes, whatever. From there, I got 500,000 left. This is how it's gonna break down. You get 50, you get 30. But if he would have did that, I think people would take it better.
Yeah, and now the people that don't rock with you and can't do that, now you got a bigger. Now you got a big. You can have a conversation, but you at least got a bigger. Wall to stand back on, a bigger soapbox to stand, whatever the fucking phrase I'm trying to figure. But you got a bigger standing because you like, I did this and these people rocking. You have a dispute because you feel like you deserve more. This is what I feel like you get because of what you do. I'm not even saying that it won't be more in the future, but this is what it is now from what we have now. And those conversations, like you say, have to be had because, when you was talking, this is our shit. This is not just mine. Yeah. Even though my name might be on the deal, even though I might be the face, I couldn't have done this without y'all. Yeah. So y'all deserve a piece. Even if I feel like on some, I've been listening to it, on some Joe Budden and all of them type of shit. Even if I feel like I'm the face of it and I'm making the most of the decisions and I'm like my name is on it or whatever, I'ma still look out. Even if I'm taking more, it's probably because I'm doing more. And if y'all start doing some shit, you know what I'm saying? I feel Shout out to Ice for doing the Twitch.
I feel like nobody should sit there and be comfortable like that. Like, just if you get that buzz from being on Joe Budden, if we went on Joe Budden's this week, by the time they come to look at our YouTube channel for I'm Almost Joking, bro, I already took money on my bank account to have mad other shit set up. Because you got to start making the money. You got to start eating. Y'all doing that show with Joe, y'all just figuring like I make enough off the podcast, I'm cool. That's your problem. That's your fault because you should have already had merch. You should have been trying to set up engagements, whatever. You should have been doing that all on the back end. But
I mean, like Ice got in. He started doing the Twitch because he's a video game tech dude. He got his own show on there. Probably got to deal with Twitch. I don't know the details. I can guarantee you that it ain't none of Joe money. He keep telling Ish, start some real estate stuff, do some stuff because you got this platform and people will listen. And when Ish does start doing that, I bet you that won't be none of Joe Budden money. Like, why would he not want his friends to get their own money and become millionaires like him? Like,
you want your people to eat.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not? Like, I don't want to have to give my friends money. I hate being the only. You ever like took your people to do something and you know like if they broke, but you like, man, fuck it, I want to go do it. So you taking care of everything. I hate that feeling. I used to get. I ain't gonna say no names. Me and my bro used to do some shit. We used to call it stunt money. So if I know bro ain't had no money or he know I ain't had no money, we would give each other like a 50 spot or something and be like, yo, if you got to spend it, nigga. Like, because we don't want you to be out just like you ain't got the money and you can't buy around. You might have some bitches around. You got to be able to buy that bitch a drink.
I don't want to have to come to you
and be like, yo, bro, let me hold 20. Nah.
Because now it would look like I'm that nigga to whatever girl you talking to.
Yeah, but no. I want you to look like you. You know what I'm saying? We do that shit all the time. Shout out to my bro. He know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nah, bro. Yeah, I told you that story. We went to St. Louis, went to the strip club. Motherfuckers offered me, you want some money to throw? Nah, bro. I don't even want that attention over here. I'm here because I'm in St. Louis, don't know nobody, and y'all wanted to come here. I wouldn't spend. You give me some money if you want to. I know the lifestyle you live into. Give me some money if you want to. Think I'm gonna throw it? Like you think all right. You ain't gonna remember this money anyway. But that's like when we blow up and shit. I'm getting that if word out of my vocabulary. When we blow up and shit, and then you start making your money from your JCC. That's like me coming in. Dude, you know I helped you blow up with it. No, nigga, no. Should have been started Craig Smith.
Yeah, get out of here. Plus, I do want to say we got to get some. I want to get some Almost Joking. We can end with this. Get some. We gonna have some Almost Joking shirts coming, and they gonna be courtesy of JCC Clothing. That's definitely gonna happen. I was thinking about that the other day, and it's gonna have the JCC logo, but it's gonna be Almost Joking stuff from the podcast, catchphrases, all type of things, logos. JCC, It's gonna be dope because I want to start wearing my own merch, and I want to start wearing like Almost Joking stuff. And the people, shout out to everybody that listen, Marlena, Emily, Quentin, Brent. You know, shout out to y'all. I'm sure y'all like the day one listeners and everybody else that listen. Y'all gonna want to support too. So
shout out to Fee. Yeah, she hit me up this week too about episode of the podcast. So shout out to Fee too.
For sure. But man, we gonna have that for y'all. We gonna get some merch out soon. You ready, man? We finna in this episode get it to. All right, cool. For sure. We about it. For sure. Once again, man, I hate to say it, but rest in peace to Takeoff. A legend. Never will be forgotten, and condolences to his family and the rest of the Migos and everything. And I don't even. It's nothing you can really say off of that. Like that's just it, man. Prayers for him, and prayers for us too, as a community, as hip hop, as a culture. Like we need it, and we need to do better for real. This has been another episode of I'm Almost Joking podcast, episode 43. I am Craig Smith, a.k.a. Sense of Life, here with...
It's your boy Queese, a.k.a. Dash, and I'm going to just end on a note of just saying, like, to all of us, older to the younger, hip hop, just in general, the culture. We just got to do better. And we'll see y'all next week. We out. Dizzle.
Love y'all.